Welcome to another edition of Panther Sports Talk right here on WIU. On today's program, we're going to recap the NIU game. We're going to preview the OVC opener against EKU. All that and much more right here on Panther Sports Talk.
Production for Panther Sports Talk is brought to you in part by Johnson's Automotive Service is a proud supporter of Panther Sports on WEIU. Johnson's has alignment checks along with oil changes. Located at 800 Madison in Charleston. Johnson's Automotive Service, keeping your life running.
Welcome to another edition of Panther Sports Talk right here on WIU. I'm your host, Rich Moser. We're joined as every week by EIU football coach Dino Babers. And Coach, another exciting game for the Panthers up there against Northern Illinois. The result, not exactly what you wanted it to be, but I think the vibe is still there. People still realize how good this team is. And I think as the year goes on, they're going to realize how good Northern is and how good of a game you guys played against them.
I really believe Northern's going to end up being a bowl team, a top 25 team in a bowl, and you know, they're going to have to live with that score being posted right before the bowl game. I'm disappointed that it wasn't a winning score on our part, but I thought that the effort was there by our young men. I thought that we did everything in our power to try to get out fast and play the best game that we could play. We were hoping that we could keep it close in the fourth quarter and then make sure that we had the ball last and then go for the win. And unfortunately, we kicked the ball back to them with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left, and we never got another opportunity during the game to have an opportunity to win it. But I thought the effort was great. I was really happy with the performance of the players, and I thought it was a job well done.
Now, I don't want to talk a lot about Northern, but the young man who kept the ball for them, Jordan Lynch, I don't think people realize how good he is and how good the numbers he put up last year. You were around RG3. He seems to have a lot of those same qualities in the fact that he can beat you with his arm and he can beat you with his legs. And he wasn't giving that ball up when you guys kicked it back to him. You were going to have to stop him individually.
Well, he's an exceptional player, and he can beat you with the arm and he can beat you with the legs. And just like we said last week, that was kind of like the Jordan rules. You knew that Lynch was going to get his yards. You had to make sure no one else got off. And then, you know, when that tailback started making runs, that's really what really started to hurt our defense. We needed to make sure that nobody else had a great game. And then, of course, I believe it was either third on fourth down. It was a really critical part of the game in that 5 minute and 40-second drive where they ran the option to our sideline, and he faked the pitch, kept the ball, and ran out of bounds. And basically, that was the game. He made sure that the game was going to be in his hands and nobody else. He's a very exceptional player.
Now, your signal caller also had another exceptional game, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want to say a coming out party because I think he's had several of those during the course of the year, but I think a bigger audience being in the Chicago area and him being a Chicago suburban kid kind of made him maybe more of a household name to people up there who were like, oh yeah, he's at Eastern Illinois. Now I think they realize that he is the real deal and they're going to definitely be playing him on Sundays.
Well, I mean, how many times do we have to say it? Goodness gracious, my dad would only say it once and I had to do it when I was growing up. The guy is a good player. The guy's going to play in the National Football League. He's one of the better players on our team. You need to come see him before it costs a lot of money to go see him because that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be playing on Sunday.
Now, the start you guys had, I don't know if you could have scripted it any better than that. It started out with the fact that you guys didn't win the coin toss, but you actually got the ball. And I know looking backwards, had you guys won the toss, were you going to elect to take the ball?
We're taking the ball.
You needed to put the offense to set up kind of what you were going to try to do in that game.
Absolutely. We always want the ball for the most part, and we wanted their defense to feel us. And after that first drive, I think they felt us. And then we wanted to go for 2 points because we wanted to see if we could flip the score. It wasn't so much whether we made it or didn't make it. We wanted to throw an 8 up there and try to let them know that we were going to be aggressive the whole time. Didn't work out that way. It was only 6. So since we didn't get the 8, we onside kicked the next time, and we got that ball. LaQuince did a great job getting that ball, and then I believe we hit Drake on the first play for a big play to get another 6. And then we kicked for the 1 and made it 13, and the defense did a great job on a 3 and out. And then I believe we took it down there again, and here we are, we're up 20-0, and I'm sitting here going, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock or something like that, 20-0. Do we slow down or do we keep our foot on the gas? And of course, you knew what the answer was.
Yep. And you guys tried to keep your foot on the gas, and they kind of found a little bit of rhythm there. And was there something along the way? I know that Jimmy was kind of asked the question in the post-game press conferences. Went about 25, 30 minutes there without scoring. Not that you didn't have drives, but I think lost in that is that Northern made 2 stops in the red zone on that, where Jimmy made good passes and one guy just made an acrobatic play to get an interception.
Yeah, there was 6 drives there was 5 drives in the second quarter and the first drive after halftime, 6 drives where we did not score points. And in those 6 drives, even though we moved the ball, we ended up stalling or turning over. 2 were turnovers, I believe, and 4 were stops. Their crowd had a huge effect on the game. They were making so much noise. It was the most hostile environment we had been in as far as crowd noise. And they were making so much noise that we were not able to verbally communicate on the offensive side of the ball. When the defense is out there, they're quiet for Lynch and their offense. But while we were out there, they were extremely loud, and it cost us 10 points. It very easily cost us 10 points. If we'd have played that football team in Charleston, Illinois, we'd all be a lot happier today.
Well, Coach, also in that game, another big day by Adam Drake, another big day by Eric Laura. They were able to they seem to be in a rhythm with Jimmy. Now 3 weeks in a row, both of them over 100 yards receiving. So we already knew what Eric Laura was going to do, but Adam Drake has come on and given you that a good, I guess, possession receiver that has the ability to break it away and score touchdowns.
Well, I don't know if he's possession, if he's taking posts for a touchdown against Northern Illinois. No, Drake's done a great job. Laura's doing a great job. We need to get Keandre going more. If Keandre would have had a game like Adam Drake, again, we win that football game. We don't target a certain wide receiver. We don't know where the ball's going before we call the snap. But there's enough balls around and enough opportunities for everybody to make plays. So we've got to continue to develop depth. We've got to continue to work with our receivers because we think we know who the quarterback is. And based off of all that, we just can't be satisfied. We can't settle. We have to keep striving to be the best that we can be, and hopefully we can take this thing to even a higher level.
Now, one of the questions I told you we were going to talk about a little bit is the hangover effect. We talked a little bit about it from a different standpoint when you guys beat San Diego State at the start of the season, the first program win over an FBS school in a number of years, first for any of the guys on this team. Now you come back and you're kind of in almost a reverse scenario. The guys felt like they were right there. It was a play here, a play there, and they're picking up 2 FBS wins and becoming one of only 3 schools in history to do that. How do you get those guys now to refocus to really what the task at hand is, and that's winning the OVC championship, which starts this Saturday?
Well, they better be focused. They better be focused starting today out at practice. We're playing Eastern Kentucky University. Those guys have got a bunch of championships down there, and it's a historic program started by Roy Kidd and coached by Dean Hood right now, who does a great job. By far last year they did the best job defensively versus our offense. Our defense played their best game last year down there for us to have the win, and we're going to need the exact same thing. I mean, those guys like to run the ball. I believe their tailback, J.J. Jude, just became the newcomer of the week in our conference and had a bunch of yards this week. And we've got to find a way to stop the run, and we got to be a way to run the ball. One of the biggest problems in the Northern Illinois game is that there was a period where we could not run the football, and that contributed to the 6 3-and-outs or 6 drives that ended in turnovers. And then later on in the third and fourth quarter, all of a sudden that run came back, and that balanced the game again. And all of a sudden we started getting touchdowns. And that's why it was so disappointing when we had that pass interference call at the very end, because I really believed without that call, I think there was 6 minutes left on the clock, that we weren't going to give them the ball back. We were going to slow down and run out the clock and either win it or lose it with the offense on the field.
Now, you talked a little bit about Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Illinois was picked as the preseason favorite to win the league. a lot of times that happens when you win the league the year before and you come back with a veteran team. Eastern Kentucky was picked number 2. They were the preseason favorites last year, and we came down there and kind of beat them in Richmond, and that kind of solidified the championship along the way. The guys now, they have that respect for Eastern Kentucky, I'm assuming?
They have respect for Eastern Kentucky. They understand what this represents. And, you know, most of our league is down there in that Tennessee and Kentucky part of the state. We're the northernmost school. But that school has tradition. That school has a lot of pride. And, you know, right now we've got that losing sour pill in our mouth, and we've got to get it out, and we've got a quality opponent coming in here as Eastern Kentucky University, and we're going to need everything we've got to come out of here with a win. And we definitely need the crowd. We definitely need Charleston, Mattoon's support. We need to have a full house, and that their offense needs to have as much difficulty as we had trying to communicate on offense at Northern Illinois.
Now, you talk a little bit about their offense. They have a new young man at quarterback now. This will be his 5th game coming in. They had T.J. Pryor, who was a mobile quarterback that threw it a little bit the last couple of years. Is this quarterback in that similar vein, or is he more of a drop-back passer?
He's in the same vein. He moves around maybe a little bit better than Pryor. He throws the ball. I'm going to say that right now I haven't seen enough tape to see whether he's a better thrower than Pryor or not. But I have seen him move around, and he does move around like him. I'm sure that they're going to be run the ball, smash mouth, play action, throw it deep if we're getting up there too close. They look like they've got some exceptional wideouts, of course, along with the back. And, of course, the best way to, you know, to keep our offense, to stop our offense is to keep their offense on the field. So I'm sure that they're going to be trying to run the ball and move the ball on the ground on us.
Now, Dean Hood is a defensive-minded coach. You guys have already faced one this year in Brocksback, kind of that defensive mentality where a lot of their emphasis is we're gonna beat you on defense. Our offense is going to do enough to win the game, kind of, like you said, control the tempo, run the ball. I guess, do they play a similar fashion Illinois State that allows your team to kind of be somewhat familiar with some of the things they're going to see, or is there a lot of differences there?
I think the biggest difference is that their offense is more option-oriented. I mean, they will come at you with not only traditional offense, but they'll come at you with the option. Where Brock's team really, they may have had that part of it, but they really didn't show us that part of it in the game. You know, Coach Hood will run his quarterbacks, and they'll run option at you if that's what they need to do. Northern Illinois only ran the one option play to ice the game at the end of the game, but Eastern Kentucky will do it throughout the game. So that aspect alone makes them very dangerous.
Now, the one call, and we'll just touch on it briefly. It's happened to some other teams. It's finally happened to Eastern Illinois, where you guys have to have a guy sit a half for a targeting call. I guess not so much will Pete Houlihan play, because I know he'll be back in there in the second half. How do you approach that more from a practice standpoint this week, knowing that he's normally your starter, he's probably going to be the guy that runs out there in the second half? How do you split the reps to get the other guy, I guess, ready for the first half, and then make sure that Pete is still in tune for what the other team's going to do?
Well, it's exactly what you said. What we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to split the reps. We can't give Pete the entire reps knowing that he's only going to play half the game. So whoever his backup is has to get half those reps, and then we're going to have to bank off of Petey's experience of coming in and being a contributor once the second half starts. It was an unfortunate situation. I did not get to see the play live because it was on the other side of the field. I did see the play on tape on Sunday, and Petey, it wasn't even Petey's guy. Petey's covering another guy. He sees the balls thrown. He turns and reacts. And it was just a happening. It just happened that fast. And I feel so bad for him with it being Parents' Day and all that stuff. But, you know, when I looked at the play and just based off what the officials saw, you know, and what they're told to look for, I saw targeting. And I know he didn't do it on purpose. I know he didn't mean to do it. It was just a happening. You know, I told him, I said, Petey, I'm not going to appeal it. I'm not. Because I know what the outcome's going to already be. And I told the defensive coaches to show it to the defense. They did. I told the defensive guys if they felt that I was wrong in not appealing it, to come into my office and we'll talk about it. So it's Tuesday morning and nobody came in the office, so I assume that they all agree with me that based off the rules of and the definition of what it is, it's exactly what happened. it's really sad to me because when I grew up playing football, that would have been a heck of a hit. I understand where they're going. I understand the whole thing about concussions. I understand the moms and all that stuff, and that's good, and we're going to abide by the rule. But it's just kind of disappointing that we have a game this big for the conference championship, and one of our players have to sit out a half.
Coach, you said it exactly right there. It is a big game. It's the start of the season. It's two big rivals, Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Illinois. They'll meet 1:30 Saturday at O'Brien Field. Should be a nice crowd. The game's going to be live on ESPN3. Hopefully everybody's there, so when you're watching at ESPN3, because you don't live in Charleston, Mattoon, or Central Illinois, to come watch and put us over 10,000 in the stands, you'll be able to see those 10,000 and feel them at home. So, Coach, best of luck this weekend in the Family Weekend game. 1:30 kickoff at O'Brien. Hopefully we'll have a sellout there again like we did against Illinois State. Be right back with This Week in EIU Athletics.
WEIU is your home for Eastern Illinois Panther sports. Panther football.
Two-point conversion. They throw it to Laura, running around the right end on a reverse. Throws a pass, and it is caught. The Panthers win.
Panther basketball.
To Akers cutting through. He's 2-on-1. Ahead to Blanford. A dunk. There's a good way to break about an 8-minute scoring drought.
Panther greats. WEIU is your home for Panther sports. Panther fans, here's what's going on in Panther athletics. Panther football nearly pulling off the upset at Northern Illinois, losing 43-39. EIU is now 3-1 on the season. Volleyball picked up 2 wins at the Kent State tourney. They're now 6-7 on the season. Their wins are over Loyola Chicago and Binghamton. Women's soccer is now 0-9 on the season. They dropped a home match to Drake 3-0 and lost at Valparaiso 2-1. Men's soccer picks up a tie at the Evansville tourney. They're now 0-5-1 on the season. Their tie was against UW Green Bay. Women's rugby is now 0-4 on the season. They fell 25-11 at Grand Valley State. Women's tennis with the 7-0 win over Southern Indiana over at Darling Courts this past weekend. Men's tennis competed at the SIU Edwardsville Fall Tournament this past weekend. Women's golf placed 12th at the Chicago State Tournament. Elise Banovic was the top EIU finisher in 24th place. Softball competed at the Illinois-Chicago Fall Tournament. And Panther baseball hosted an alumni game over at Coach's Stadium this past weekend. Now here's what to watch for this week. On Friday, women's soccer is in Nashville, Tennessee, as they take on OVC rival Belmont at 4 o'clock. Volleyball is in Cape Girardeau, Missouri to take on Southeast Missouri State for an OVC match at 6:30. On Saturday, Panther football with their OVC opener at O'Brien Field. They take on Eastern Kentucky at 1:30. You can listen to that game on Hitmix 88.9 WEIU, or you can watch it on ESPN3. Volleyball continues OVC play. They're at UT Martin for a 2 o'clock match. On Sunday, softball with a doubleheader against Lakeland College over at Williams Field, starting at 11 o'clock. It's a soccer doubleheader over at Lakeside Field. Women's soccer takes on Tennessee Tech at 12, followed by the men's soccer match at 2:30 against IUPUI. And women's tennis is in Carbondale as they compete in the Southern Illinois Invite. And on Tuesday, volleyball with their first home match of the 2013 season. They take on OVC rival SIU Edwardsville at 6 o'clock. For Panther Sports Talk, I'm Ramin Karbasioun.
Here's the snap. Here comes the blitz. Jimmy's going to throw it deep down the middle. Laura's out there. Got it. And he's on his way. Garoppolo burns the blitz. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois Panther football is on WEIU. EIU welcomes OVC rival Southeast Missouri State to O'Brien Field as the Panthers look to defend their conference crown. It's the Panthers and Redhawks, October 19th at 1:30. WEIU is your home for Panther football.
Thanks for watching another edition of Panther Sports Talk right here on WIU. A reminder that you can come out to the Family Weekend OVC opener this Saturday, 1:30 kick against Eastern Kentucky. If you can't make it to the game, listen to it on the Panther Football Radio Network. We're going to end this week's program with some of the exciting plays and highlights from the game up in DeKalb. Thanks for watching, everybody.
It's week 4 of the college football season, an in-state rivalry. The Eastern Illinois Panthers set to meet the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Northern comes in 2-0. They're ranked number 29 in the Associated Press poll at the FBS level. Eastern Illinois at 3-0, and they are ranked number 9 in the country, actually number 8 in the country at the FCS level. A lot of communicating going on in the backfield with Garoppolo and Taylor Duncan. Garoppolo for the shotgun snap on 4th down. They're going to go for it. Over the middle is caught by Leapak at the Northern 45, and it's a first down. How about that for some guts for Dino Baber? 11-yard pickup and a first down. Here's the snap and the throw to the left. It's caught by Drake. Broke a tackle. 25, 20, 15, 14-yard line. Brought down from behind. It's another first down. Out of the gun. Garoppolo looks to throw. Pump fake. Looking deep. Firing. End zone. Laura wide open. Touchdown. Eastern Illinois. Eric Laura in the back corner on a double move. The Panthers have jumped in front. Eastern Illinois leads it 6-0 over Northern Illinois. Here's the run up by Kerr. And an onside kick. And it is loose at midfield. And the Panthers say they've got it. It's at the Northern 45. It was not a squib. It was an onside kick. A lot of scrambling down there, back and forth. Eastern ball, the Panthers have it. The Panthers recover the onside kick. It'll set up again at the Northern 44. And they take a handoff. Garoppolo guns the middle. Drake open to 30. 25-20. Angling right 15. 10. 5. Touchdown. Adam Drake breaking over the middle. Caught it in stride and goes 44 yards. And the Panthers lead 12-0.
Just a slant pattern, and Drake was wide open. And then he showed actually some speed I did not know he had to get to the end zone. Just another great pass play.
Jordan Lynch lines up in the shotgun. He's going to throw out on the right. It's bobbled and dropped by Lewis. Incomplete. And then he's thrown down by Pete Houlihan, who was on the coverage for Eastern. 4th and 2 at the Eastern 43. Garoppolo is going to throw for the slant. It's caught for a first down and more. Laura breaks loose. He's at the 40, at the 30, to the 25. Laura, when he turned upfield, split the safeties and almost took it all the way. Jimmy Ward brought him down after a big gain.
Wow, just another great play on 4th down.
Second down, handoff, fake handoff. Garoppolo over the middle, caught by Drake at the 5. Down there, it'll be first down, goal to go. Play fake, and then the pass over the middle to Drake for about a 15-yard pickup. Garoppolo gets lined up in the shotgun. There's the snap. And a fake handoff. Garoppolo throwing the slant. Touchdown, Gober. He was wide open on the simple slant pattern.
He must have thought that he had safety help over the top, and it wasn't there. And the Panthers with their 3rd touchdown already. And we still have over 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Wide to the right, Brown. Wide to the left, Lewis. In motion, Brown into the backfield. Fake it to him. Back to pass. Lynch throwing the bomb for Lewis. And it is, I think, intercepted. It is intercepted by Jordan Wycliffe inside the 10-yard line. The ball was just slightly underthrown, and Wycliffe made a great over-the-shoulder catch. In motion, Lewis. Everybody's on the right side now, all the receivers. Lynch rolling out to the right. Lynch going for the pylon and pushed out of bounds. Well, forget what we said about not being able to run it. He got out of bounds at the 2. Good job by the Eastern defense to close off the corner.
Right now, all the momentum is with the Huskies. They've scored the last 23 points of the game.
There's the snap. Lynch back to pass. Going to throw it to the left side. Intercepted. Houlihan's got it at the 48 for the Panthers. He really played that route well. Houlihan with his first interception this year, 2nd in his career.
Deron Brown got up sort of begging for a pass interference call, but that was just a great interception by Houlihan.
1st and 10 Eastern, starting at their 9. Fans here making noise. Garoppolo back. Big blitz. He throws over the middle. Caught by Laura, 15. Spins on to the 20, breaking away. 25-30. 35-40. What a great run by Eric Laura. Run out of bounds by Jimmy Ward, and it gets the Panthers out of the hole. 2nd down, 7 to go for Eastern at the 33 of Northern. Here's Garoppolo to throw. 4-man rush. Pump fake. Throwing the bomb. Going for Laura. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois. Laura for the touchdown down the left sideline. And again, looked like a double move, a pump fake, and Laura broke wide open down the sideline for the touchdown. 9 seconds to go. 3rd and 12. Back to pass, Garoppolo. Middle screen. Caught by Drake at the 25. Coming right 20. Cuts upfield. Got the first down at the 15 on the last play of the 3rd period. 4th quarter. Northern Illinois leads at 33-26. Little's at running back. Eastern changing the play at the line. 1st down. There's the snap. Garoppolo looking to pass. Pump fake. He's going to throw it in zone left side. Great touchdown, Eastern Illinois. Adam Drake broke to the outside and gets his 2nd touchdown tonight. 5th touchdown pass for Garoppolo. Lynch out of the shotgun. There's the snap. Quarterback draw. Angles left and tackled at the 20 by Pat Ward. How about that, Jack? A quarterback draw on 3rd and 12. 2nd down and 5 at the 36 of Northern. They're going to give it to Little. Angles left. Big hole. 30, 25, 20. 1 to beat. 15. Brought down at the 10. Shepard Little brought down by the last man. It'll be first down. Johnny Faustin saved a touchdown. Second and goal at the 9. 2 wide outs to the right. Garoppolo in the gun. There's the snap. Jimmy looking, throwing to the right side for Laura. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois. Beautiful throw into the back corner. A great over-the-shoulder catch by Laura. Just good coverage by Durant in the back of the end zone, and just great execution by number 8 and number 10.
That was a perfectly thrown ball. Against a perfectly executed play, there really is no defense, and that's what you saw from the Panthers right there.
Northern Illinois with the win tonight. Eastern gave them all they wanted. But the Huskies win it. Final score tonight, Northern Illinois 43, Eastern Illinois 39.
Great performance in a losing cause tonight for EIU, and they'll start OVC play next week, having to feel pretty good about themselves, I would think.
Production for Panther Sports Talk is brought to you in part by Johnson's Automotive Service is a proud supporter of Panther Sports on WEIU. Johnson's has alignment checks, along with oil changes. Located at 800 Madison in Charleston. Johnson's Automotive Service, keeping your life running.